Hey guys, PepperAmmy here. This week we are making a twist to a classic meal, and that meal is of course spaghetti bolognese. And what are we doing to it? We are swapping the spaghetti out for gnocchi instead. Now if you've not heard of gnocchi before, this is basically a potato dumpling, and you can of course make your own. I tried making my own once. Didn't go too well. But I am willing to give it a go again in the future, so if you do want to see that, let me know below. And if you do hear some slight purring down the microphone, I am joined by the wonderful Corey today, who is currently being a pain. Anyway, back to the video. Now you want to start with a bolognese, and you want to start by frying up some either sliced bacon rashers or some lardons until nice brown and crisp. Now whilst your bacon is cooking, you want to slice up some onions, carrots, any other vegetables you wish to add like celery, etc. And then you want to add them and fry until the vegetables have softened slightly. Now you don't want to brown the onions too much, otherwise they might become a little bit bitter and a bit hard. You just want to get them nice and soft. And then you want to turn the heat up and add in 500 grams of fresh beef mince. And then you want to cook this for around 3 to 4 minutes until the beef is fully browned and reduced down. And for the sauce, just add in 2 tins of tomatoes. Now I personally have a go-to chopped variety that I really like, and they make a wonderful base for my sauces. But you can always use whole plum tomatoes as well and just crush them up later on. Then you want to add in around a tablespoon of dried oregano or any other dried herbs you want to add. You can even add a nice cheeky pinch of some chili. I added in some paprika because spicy food doesn't always go down well in this house, unfortunately. But that is fine, we can always add a bit of extra chili later on when serving. And then of course, you want to add in 2 bay leaves. This is completely optional, but we are going to be slow cooking this sauce, so that does give the bay leaves a good time to develop their flavors throughout the sauce. And a good amount of tomato puree. Now you can go for around about 2 tablespoons or so. This is mostly just for extra richness in the sauce. There is already quite a lot of tomatoes in there. And then 1 beef stock cube. Now this is just to really amp up the meaty flavor of your sauce. Then a cheeky splash of red wine, around 100 ml. Now I do actually have a video planned for the future where I do something with red wine, so stay tuned for that. And then also a handful of halved cherry tomatoes. Now this is just to give the sauce a bit of extra texture, as the tinned tomatoes are already cooked, and the cherry tomatoes just give a nice contrast in texture with the sauce. And then give a good stir once it's all in the pan. This is where you can break up your plum tomatoes if you are using them, and just make sure everything is getting to know each other in the pan. Once all fully mixed together, bring to a simmer and gently cook for around 20 minutes. But if you can, you want to go for at least an hour. Now near the end of cooking, you want to start on the gnocchi. Now you have 2 choices. You can either boil it, I guess, or if you really want to treat your taste buds, you can fry them in a bit of butter and seasoning. Now if you do want to boil them for some reason, maybe you hate yourself and you really love bland food, you can just boil them for 2 to 3 minutes until soft, and once they are done they should start to float on the top of the water. And congratulations, you have basically just boiled mashed potatoes. Now if you want to fry them, you want to melt some butter, add some salt, little pinch of pepper. Now once the butter has melted in the pan and is nice and hot, you want to add in the gnocchi until browned and crisp. Now by frying them, you are forming a nice crisp shell, protecting them from the sauce and preventing the soft, fluffy interior becoming too mushy from absorbing the sauce. Now that is right. You are protecting them from the sauce, as the gnocchi are basically a potato dumpling and they are going into the sauce rather than being under the sauce, I guess. Now, once they are cooked, add them in, give a good mix, and it is ready to serve. Now you can additionally grate some nice Parmesan cheese over the top, a little bit of dried herbs, maybe some chili flakes, whatever takes your fancy, whatever you like to top your sauce with, but please, please, please do not put tomato ketchup on spaghetti bolognese. It's already full of tomatoes. Why would you put a vinegar tomato slurry on top? Just a slight pet peeve of mine. And there you have it, a different spaghetti bolognese. No, not that one. We don't speak about that one. As always, if you like what you saw, let me know down below with a like and a comment. If you are new here, feel free to subscribe for free weekly cooking content. And if you are new here, feel free to say hi in the comments. I do try and reply to as many comments as I possibly can. I have some new ideas to come in the future, and I am bringing back fermentation. And I know I've been saying that for about a year or so now, but it is actually coming back, and I'm working on a project currently, which is going to take maybe a month or so. So yeah, that should be here in about 4 weeks, hopefully. But as always, I will see you all again next week. Thanks for watching. And now for your sauce. Do you want to add in 2 tins of tomatoes?